Looks like we're live now. I apologize to those who were waiting. I know I'm a good 10 minutes late for the stream. If any of you have Twitter or on my Discord server that are watching, please feel free to share the stream and tell people I'm finally on because I got my ancient computer back to work. This is Murphy's Law at work, okay? With the computer around here, just as I am about like 2 minutes to planned airtime at 10:10, like a 10:08 or something. My computer crashed. Yeah, my computer crashed. And so of course it takes about 10 minutes to restart the computer again. Oh boy. So we make do with what we have, right? So so again, I apologize for the inconvenience. Yes, the chat where it says grandma Dramamine, that was actually me. I had to use another device to enter the chat. Unfortunately, that other device is not sufficient. It's even worse for live streams, in case you were wondering why I didn't use it. But anyways, welcome to Straight Talkin' Fedora Chic. If you are new here, we are a story time slash social commentary channel, and we discuss a lot of topics, social issues of the day. And if you're into that kind of thing, please consider subscribing and hit that little ringy dingy bell thingy below so you can be notified every time I upload or go live. And I mostly go live these days. So we have, I know by the thumbnail and the image you see, it looks kind of comical, and it does. It looks comical. I wanted to show ridicule in the thumbnail, how ridiculous they are. But actually, this is going to be more of a serious topic because it would appear that Nikocado Avocado and Orlin, the two of them together, now cooked up the latest scheme. Hey, Pat. Good evening, Pat. Good to see you. Welcome. So, I mean, we've noticed that the fall of Nikocado Avocado and all his channels, and no matter what beef efforts he makes, I mean, his shit started to go down ever since the Stephanie Sue drama. Okay, and we learned, hey, Fisherman, good to see you too. So, anyways, we learned, so we watched him decline, his channel decline and fall as he doubled down and all that. We already know. When we already learned, because it was more than just Nick drama, we learned there was a dark side to him, a very dark side. He was no longer the, I guess, if you will, the affable mukbanger who made people laugh, I guess. A lot of people view it that way, those I asked, a guilty pleasure, if you will, even. But yeah, we saw a noticeable dark side. And then after that last video from Stephanie Sue, we had heard also from the guy that Nick, now deleted video. Nick kind of met some guy on Grindr. Yes, that's the other thing. He and Orlin are supposed to be a happy, loving married couple. But the two of them break up all the time. They break up. They get back together. They kiss and make up. It's, yeah. I mean, there are couples like that, but this is kind of broadcast on screen. And it kind of reminds me of the old days, sitting back. Hey, Gord, good to see you. President accounted for, sir. So, I mean, we remember YouTube has pretty much replaced television for the most part, right? And we remember even before the television was invented, there was a radio. So there were radio serials, like you would see on TV. The Bickersons were well known way back when as one of them. They were a couple that always fought, hence the name. Yeah. Hang on. So yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Hang on. Okay. So anyways, there was the Bickersons, and they made a thing about, couples fighting. And, it was amusing, but it never got dangerous. Okay. It never got dangerous. And there was never any sense of that. I'm sure spousal abuse did exist back then, but nobody talked about it and was taboo. So you had these like light arguments back then. And then when the television came out, I mean, I Love Lucy, their landlord, Ricardo's land and Lucy's landlord, the Mertzes. Yeah, and those two fought all the time. And again, it was meant for comedy. And then you have, almost the slapstick. I mean, who could forget, hang on, I'm going to be sharing another screen. Okay. Sorry, I'm not showing my face on camera today. Long story. I'm not going to get into it. So here we go. So, and who can forget this classic moment? One of these days, I write that soon. Got going in the moon. Now, this was the trademark of that hit show, The Honeymooners, right? Oh, yeah, the hit show, The Honeymooners. And that was supposed to be slapstick, and it was supposed to be amusing. Now, later on, of course, as television evolved, television programs evolved or devolved, take your pick, depending who you talk to. They, even sitcoms, they started introducing topics of domestic abuse, spousal abuse on television, but it was always addressed in a serious manner. Even if the show was branded as a situation comedy, it was, to the moon. Yeah, exactly, to the moon. But back then we knew, when we watched The Honeymooners, of course, Ralph Cramden was not really going to punch Alice in the nose, and we knew it was acting, But anyways, back to what I was saying, as we evolved with television, spousal abuse, domestic abuse became addressed, but it was never addressed in a comedic fashion. And there's a reason for that, because it's not funny. And people who live it, okay, can attest to that firsthand. Now, many of you who have followed me on this channel for a while know that I was raised by a pair of alcoholics who did, get physical with each other and with myself, as well as I used to work for social services. So we saw a lot of domestic abuse going on, right? So, I mean, I'm particularly offended by the route that Nikocado Avocado and now Orlin has become a full player into this. Now, I did a video back in February where I was asking the question if Orlin was going through battered wife syndrome, and he seemed to me. And I think what was telltale was this clip. I don't have it anymore. I couldn't find the clip. But there was this clip of the two of them were eating the food. I think it was like these super spicy noodles. I mean, what else are they eating, right? When they're mukbanging? What else are they eating? But these super spicy noodles. And Orlin was begging Nikocado for milk. He was begging him for milk. And Nikocado had insisted, you got to promise me you're not going to divorce me. You got to promise me you love me, or something along those lines. I'm trying to go by my already scanty memory, but it was something along those lines. And I mean, yeah, we all eat a mouthful of spicy food, but it's not the end of the world. I think most of us, when we have that burning sensation, I think most of us are capable of getting up and going to the kitchen for some water or whatever, something to cool it down. But it was almost like, to me, it seemed like Orlin was kind of paralyzed, like he paralyzed maybe mentally. I don't know. I'm not as I say many times, I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not going to pretend to be one. But, I mean, I can understand maybe, and that's when I thought that was happening. I mean, we had already learned the dark side, how abusive Nick can be, from Stephanie Sue. And then others came out who collabed with him, other women who had collabed with him in the past. People like Brianna Jackson, formerly known as Brianna Jack Fruitson. From his vegan days. There was Divine Munchies, and of course, who could forget the Veronica Wang drama, right? Yeah, who can forget the Veronica Wang drama? So we already know he could be abusive. So that's why I was concerned back then. But now I'm convinced him and Orlin are both willing participants. It is obvious that Nick has made some serious coin, no matter how often he says he's broke. He has admitted we know that he's made serious coin with all 4 or 5 of his channels, all doing pretty much the same thing: mukbanging, eating large quantities of fast food. Yeah. And even the channel Orlin Home, that's supposed to be Orlin's channel, I think we can all gather that Orlin, that Nikocado Avocado runs that channel. He manages the channel, and he probably edits a lot of the videos on it. And this is why I have changed my mind. And I think this is setting a very dangerous precedent. Okay. It's as dangerous. I mean, this is right out of the Trisha Paytas school of trolling, right? I mean, who can forget Trisha Paytas when she trolled mental illness before in the past, but I think her last one really did in when she chose to troll dissociative identity disorder. I've done a couple of videos on those. You can find those on the channel, so I'm not really going to rehash that. But just to give an example of how, like, how far can you troll? I mean, there are some people who claim that overweight women on YouTube are a dangerous influence, or mukbangers are a dangerous influence to young people, or it sets a dangerous precedent. But what about that, trolling mental illness, trolling such a controversial diagnosis such as dissociative identity disorder? And yes, there was fallout from that. Okay, with the channel, resulting with the people from the channel from Dissociated. Okay, and there are serious consequences to that. I mean, so you got to think, if you're going to troll for views, which is kind of okay. Usually I'm like, nah, okay, whatever. Sometimes it's amusing and it's a guilty pleasure, but how far is too far? That's the main question. How far is too far? And when does it become a dangerous precedent to set? Right? So let's take a look at a few clips. Okay? We're going to take a look at a few clips right now. Okay. Okay, this is from the channel No More DIY. All right, here we go.
Is it my fault? It's all my fault.
Yes.
So that's pretty much what we're seeing a lot of in recent months. Okay, that's what we've been seeing a lot of in recent months, right? We are seeing a lot of this. Okay, Orlin and Nick crying, not just Nikocado meltdowns, but even Orlin's recent videos on his channel are trying to trying to display the long-suffering spouse, if you will, the spouse who is abused. But I will tell you this right off the bat: somebody who actually does suffer from battered wife syndrome, or like live in a totally abusive relationship, I'm sorry, they're not going to be going on camera putting up YouTube videos discussing it, because usually the abuser is the controller. They control. They have to have control over everything, and that would include their social media. So, I'm not saying, I'm sure the relationship is toxic. It's absolutely toxic. And personally, in my layman's opinion, these two should not be within 10 city blocks of each other. But what can I say? Nick, but it is a classic. I would say it is toxic. It is abusive. Nick is the breadwinner. Okay. Clearly, Nick brings in the money. He has a meal ticket to Orlin. So, let's keep that clear right off the bat. Okay, even whatever money, I haven't checked or the Social Blade stats for Orlin Home, the channel Orlin Home yet, but I'm going to bet it doesn't make nearly the coin that the other 4 Nikocado channels do. And you got to keep in mind, right, that you got to keep in mind that it's not, it's Nick that's running it. Nick even does videos. He even uploads videos on that channel as well. So let's take a look at just at the channel page. Okay, channel page. Okay, so here we go. So you can see Nick screaming at me to eat his leftovers. Oh yeah, Orlin Home. Let's eat some food together. Family-friendly channel. Perfect for all ages. I hope you enjoy. Already I can tell you, okay, I mean, YouTube does its weird things. When the COPPA laws were brought in last fall, I can be reasonably certain that already, the videos here, it's in violation, but they are in violation of COPPA laws. But anyways, let's take a look. Nick screaming at me to eat his leftovers. Mukbang. Nikocado treats me so bad. Okay, well, you see my live stream there in the list. Orlin, I am here from you if you need to get away from Nikocado Avocado. So somebody named Cosmic Carrie. Somebody named Cosmic Carrie is reaching out for help. Nikocado Avocado being mean to Orlin for views. Okay. So, but yeah. So anyways, we're going to play one of the videos now. All right. Play it. Okay. So hang on. I know I'm trying to learn how to use Streamlabs as well. And that's been a confusing mess. All right, here we go. Nick treats me bad. The pizza. I gotta say that pizza really looks disgusting. Even if I wasn't a vegan, I'd say this pizza looks gross. But anyways, that's neither here nor there for the purposes of this discussion. All right.
There, pizza. Thumbnail. Do you see it?
You're honestly an idiot.
You see it? It's fine. I gotta get one. Help me do it. Like, what do I do? Should I dip it?
This is your Evan video. I don't care.
Yeah, but you always micromanage my thumbnails. And then you say I did a bad thumbnail. Should I put ranch on my face or something? Like, I don't know. I'm tired and my finger hurts.
No one likes you. It doesn't even matter. Just do whatever you want. Last time I tried helping you, didn't even use it. And then last time before that, you made a video complaining about me. So why should I help you if you're going to complain to me to everybody?
Because you complain about me all the time.
I actually don't.
I get messages all the time about how awful of a person I am.
They're lying. Liars.
Well, I'm not going to sit through 50 minutes of videos to watch to see if they're lying or not.
Well, I don't have to tell you what.
Like, I don't have time for that. I have to,
Are you going to take your vitamins?
I have to be a full-time babysitter.
Are you going to take your vitamins?
What?
I buy these vitamins. You don't have the vitamins. You have a deficient diet.
God.
You eat, well, clearly it's not deficient today. I'm eating freaking cold pizza right now.
Well, it's cold. It's your fault. Here, have this too. This is zinc.
Because I have to get all your food.
Well, that's
and make it. Well, and I cut my finger making your onions.
Well, that's life.
But I have to do stuff, and then I have to make my video right before bed when my food's all cold.
Well, I'm not going to heat it up.
Well, thank you. All right, I'm going to start. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be eating pizza today. I got this at Costco.
Oh boy.
And I made toppings because it's cheaper to...
He also ended up calling him a baby here. Yeah, pot calling the kettle black, you know. He called him a baby. So, yeah. Like, for those who need a reminder, takes one to know one, I suppose. Here we go. Hang on.
Ask me to do anything. He's just been there by my side.
Yeah.
Love you, B. No matter how crazy I am, no matter how fat.
Okay, yeah. So just to give you an indication, he is in no position to call anyone a baby, right? So, yeah, old Nick is in no position to call anyone a baby. Now, now for brilliant clickbaiting, okay, no, not brilliant at all, actually. Clever, yeah, maybe, but no, not brilliant at all. So we have, here we go. Here's another one. So here's another one. Now, yeah, they are awful actors, Fisherman. You're right. Like terrible, terrible acting. Okay. And this is what makes it all the more enraging. You know, this is what makes it all the more enraging. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Now, this was a video following Nikocado Avocado and his $100 KFC mukbang. And by the way, I have to really mention this. I've said this before that already with a lot of these mukbangers, they leave so much food to waste, you know, and now especially during the times of quarantine, you know, here he was bragging. Nikocado makes a lot of YouTube coin, but here he is bragging about spending his stimulus check that Americans were getting. I forget, it was something like an amount like $1,200 per household, I think, or yeah, or something like that. And here he was bragging about spending over $100 on KFC in that video. So anyways, let's get to it. But this is so this is kind of like the aftermath.
Hey, I'm in the bedroom.
Uh-huh.
I'm in the bedroom and I'm trying to not be too loud because Nick is filming. But I literally went in and I wanted to try.
See, he doesn't look that distressed. And when you're in fear for your life, even if you do somehow manage to lock yourself in a room, make a phone call, or whatever, the distress is going to be apparent in the voice. It's going to be apparent in the appearance. I'm speaking, again, I'm not a mental health professional. I'm speaking from personal experience.
A French fry, and he swatted my hand away. And it's like, dude, it's over a French fry. But he gets very possessive of his food, and it's
well, we knew that
because
it doesn't look like he's starving you out either.
He eats enough. I just wanted to try the French fry, and he just swatted it away.
Oh God, there he goes, all Oliver Twist all over him. Okay. Oh, at least he's giving you a French fry. You're getting, and then here's this. Okay, now this is very. Okay, following the. Okay, he takes his place in front of the camera.
So Nick's leftovers. Really excited because I really love leftovers, and I love mashed potatoes, and really excited for the popcorn chicken. And let me call Nick over to help me with the thumbnail because I'm really.
Here we go again.
Hey, honey, can you help me with my thumbnail? Nick. What? You promised to help me with my thumbnail.
Catch my breath. Did you press record?
I did.
Of course you're recording.
It's half eaten, Orlin. There's really nothing I can do.
That's how I always do this.
Well, then just leave it how it is. Do you want these biscuits?
Huh. They look like rocks. Like
Good.
break your teeth on them.
I honestly, you really need it. I have no input on your channel.
Yeah, you do.
You can do whatever you
You
want.
run
with your
it,
channel.
dude. You run it. Who are you fooling?
It's like literally.
Or if you're gonna argue with me again, I'm not gonna do anything. It looks fine. It looks good enough.
Okay. So yeah, $100. Yeah, $100 on KFC, Gord. I'm not kidding. I mean, already that's insulting, okay, for those Americans who got the stimulus check, or even Canadians who had to rely on CERB over here, the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit, okay, who have to feed a family of 4 on that, okay? They have been either furloughed or laid off, or either temporarily or for good. And they have to feed a family of 4 on that small amount. And so that is a mockery when he says that. That makes a mockery of the poverty. It always does. But now the newfound poverty, given the circumstances, what's happening in the world these days, right? But now here's the thing. Okay. It was funny when I was planning the stream. I'd seen an article in the Globe and Mail. That article will be in the pinned comment below. The article also has an audio version. If you don't want to read it, you can listen to the audio. But it's basically about 9 women were killed, okay, because of domestic violence during these times. And this has been a major concern, especially now. It's always a concern, but it's especially a concern now. And this is why this sets a dangerous precedent, okay? Because, I mean, think of the dangerous influence. As it says on Orlin Home, on the channel, on the About section, it's supposed to be family-friendly viewing. And here's the thing I have to ask, for example, for one thing, Orlin's little brother, Angel, he often appears on both of their videos. Doing mukbangs, and he's about 16. He's still a minor. He's a kid. He's a kid. I mean, is this toxic relationship, this trolling that both he and Orlin are doing, is this really an example of what they want to set? I mean, if Orlin wants to be a role model to Angel, his younger brother, is that an example you really want to set? Is this how you really want to describe, portray to this kid before his relationship life actually starts? Is this how you want to portray things? Whether it's a same-sex relationship or a hetero relationship, it sets a very dangerous example. And yes, Nikocado has young viewers as well. I mean, there are a lot of people, like I said, who thought that overweight women or mukbangers were a bad influence, where we're setting we're putting out a dangerous message. But I would say this is worse. It's not the mukbangs, really. I mean, other than the waste of food and then making a mockery of spending the stimulus check. But what makes it worse is, trolling domestic violence. I mean, not only will you really be canceled for real, but, and that's just a minor glitch. But so there's that. There's Angel and the young viewers. They're going to think this is how a relationship works. This is how a functioning relationship works. Then there are some who are impressionable and naive who may not get that this is trolling. And like I said, I believe that it is toxic. I believe this relationship is toxic, in my humble opinion. And this is setting, it's telling it's telling them, it's the message that it sends out. Like, what if they think this is real? Somebody impression, this is real. And this is how relationships work. And, some, younger, and I'm talking younger, impressionable viewers. I'm not talking people who are already well into adulthood, who are already jaded by relationships. I mean, personally, and relationships are messy to begin with. Okay. And we have, and we've seen public breakups on YouTube and on social media. I mean, what do you think TLC's 90 Day Fiance is, right? But what we do not see, and all that crap, it's trash. It's trash TV. But what we do not see is actual abuse going on or somebody being in danger, you know, or if it does exist, I haven't seen it. But and that should be, and those videos should definitely be reported and taken down. But yeah, they should be reported and taken down. And so hence this is the dangerous precedent that it sends. These people are monetizing, okay? Like I said, Nick is making money hand over fist. Okay, they're making money. They are yucking it up all the way to the bank. Okay, and Orlin, like I said, he's being supported. He is financially dependent. I don't think that's a good thing either. I mean, this is something, you know, as we became, you know, as time goes on and we're more aware of domestic abuse, I think it has often been pushed on women, you know, even if they choose to stay at home, to have a backup, because if you're in an abusive situation, you have to be able to support yourself, right? And the same would hold true for Orlin, in my opinion. But hold true, you know? So it's, you know, you always got to have something to fall back on, you know, always. You have to have something to fall back on. And many, many women, you know, many women, many people stuck in these abusive relationships, children. And this has been more prevalent, like I said, during these times of the, you know, of the quarantine, right? The pandemic. It is way more prevalent. Like I said, there was an article in the Globe and Mail about 9 women being killed. It is becoming, you know, it is becoming precarious. So it's especially offensive right now for someone like Nikocado Avocado and Orlin to make a mockery of domestic abuse. And as such, they are also making a mockery of mental health, obviously. Now, I'm not saying they don't have their mental health issues. I really don't know. I'm not even going to begin to try to guess, but they are making a mockery. And how is it, you know, that people who do discuss a mental health topic, a real mental health topic, the algorithm doesn't favor them and they get almost no views? And those who troll mental illness, those like the Trisha Paytas's, Nikocado Avocados of the world, they get the damn views, you know, the fake meltdowns, all of that lovely stuff. Hang on, let me see. Hang on. Sorry, the comment section in StreamYard is not working that well. Hang on. Okay. Yes, please leave a thumbs up on the way out the door. Well, okay, please leave a thumbs up on the way out the door if you like this video. And also now, just briefly, if you wish to support this channel, you may do so. Okay, hang on. Okay. If you wish to support this channel, okay, hang on. You may do so. I have Patreon. So go check out my page. I'm about to put the links in. Sorry, I don't have a mod in the chat tonight. So I'm going to put these links in myself. Okay. So yeah, I have Patreon. I upload about once per month. It's content that either I'm a little iffy about springing on the public at large on my YouTube channel, and I prefer to test drive it on a smaller audience, or it's content that is too personal. It's more personal content, but I do reactions there too. So I try to balance the fun, right, over there. So, and also for one-time donations, I have PayPal and I have Streamlabs. Yes, I've got Streamlabs now. Now I got to figure out how it works to actually live stream. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Gord. Yes, thank you for stopping by. Good to see you. They are clearly doing this for attention. I doubt there is any real domestic violence going on, just lies. I agree with you. I mean, it is a known fact they cheat on each other regularly. It's a toxic relationship, yeah. I'm sure they're verbally abusive to each other, but in danger, no. No, you're right. You're right. No. So, you're right. No. So anyways, oh goody, somebody just asked if I was Shani for Christ's mother. Okay, I'll have to address that later when I get off the stream. Trolls, the things trolls do. But yeah, so anyways, I'm going to be finishing up with this video very shortly. I'm going to leave it to you in the chat for discussion. This is what I always do when I finish what I have to say. If there's anything else you think I missed or that should be added, and you can always feel free. The stream will always be left up, so you can also let your voice be heard in my comment section. Absolutely. And hang on. I mean, like I said, that's what I mean. The danger is it makes a mockery. Hang on. Hang on a second. I have to check something. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. The chat is not working in StreamYards for some reason. Okay. So yeah, I just pointed out why it's so dangerous, why it is so dangerous, and why it makes a mockery of domestic abuse. And like mental illness, it should really not be trolled. It should not be used for trolling. It should not be used. It is not fodder for humor. It's very serious. And for those two to continue doing this, they deserve to be canceled. Nikocado Avocado and Orlin deserve to be freaking ass canceled. So anyways, so I leave it to you in the chat. Okay. Oh, yes, and I have a Discord server. Forgot to mention that. For those who have not yet joined, please consider joining our Discord server. We're about 6 months now, almost 6 months old. 60, excuse me, about 60 members strong. Fisherman here in the chat who was here earlier is a member. And yeah. So we have we light chat, or we offer a venting room where you can vent without judgment. We also have rooms to suit all interests, politics, music, art. Share your artwork, share your writing, or share your blog. We have something to suit all tastes. So consider joining us if you haven't already at Discord. Okay. Well, anyways, I think I'm going to end it here if there's nothing left anybody has to say here. If there's nothing left anybody has to say, I'm going to end this stream right here. I think I've already pointed out everything I needed to say. Remember, if there's something you think I left out, or there's something you want to add to the discussion, please do so in my comment section. I leave all comments up unless you're spamming me. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing and hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I upload or go live. So anyways, I do plan to we're going to bring back the panda back next week for another edition of As the Tummy Turns. We only did one edition of As the Tummy Turns, and that was like a parody. As the Tummy Turns is a soap opera parody that I do as soap opera parody videos. I'm going to be doing more of those. And they're hosted by a panda, a very smart-ass, jaded panda named B.A.F. Ucker. And yes, he's related to Shiza F. Ucker. He's her pet. You know, I'm sure many are familiar with Shiza F. Ucker. So we're going to be bringing him back. We're going to be bringing him back soon. We're going to have more editions of As the Tummy Turns. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. It comes with cheesy organ music and everything. Yay. Please take care of yourselves and each other. Please stay safe out there. And if there is somebody in your midst who is at risk or who is alone, please take the time to look in on them. I don't mean physically go over there. We can't do that these days, but give them a call. You know, give them a call. And those of you, if anybody is watching who is actually in danger right now due to domestic abuse, I'm going to put some resources in the US and in Canada. I should have that in the pinned comment. I'll add that to the already existing pinned comment below the video. And give me an hour and I'm going to find those links for you. Okay? So I'm going to say goodbye for now. And thank you for joining in. And I'll see you all in the next one. Remember, please be kind to each other. Kindness is important because you don't know where the other person has been. You really don't know where they've been or what their experience is. So always, please be kind. And please stop trolling things like domestic, for Nikocado Avocado, stop trolling domestic abuse. And Precedent, stop trolling mental illness. Straight Talkin' Fedora, take over and out. Have a great evening, everybody.